Go time. Oops, I didn't mean to swear.
You can cut that part out.
They can handle it. They're grown-ups. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Oh, man, it's so bright I can't see the screen.
I know.
Welcome
That's
back
better.
to another Matchbook. We can't see ourselves, so hopefully we're centered and look nice.
You too.
There's a dog in here right
Out.
now. As you know, while Sarah's refereeing, this is where we talk to you and tell you cool things that are in our lives. And we're going to keep this one a little briefer. Our last one ran a wee bit long.
Well, it had been a while.
It had been a while. Now it's been a month, almost exactly.
Oh.
So looks like we're doing these about once a month. We might pick up if more cool things happen. Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay.
This is the Matchbook. It is the 21st of February when you're watching this, 2025.
There's like 300 inches of snow
True.
in our backyard. But we get to go to Spokane this weekend, and it's going to be warmer.
True. Tomorrow for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Do you want me to go first this
Yeah.
time?
You
Okay. My number one is a band. Is that on your list too?
No, but I knew it would be on
I
yours.
knew you knew. It's a band I don't know how I found, but I just stumbled upon. And then I found out later that I was already following the guy on TikTok, which I don't even use TikTok except for to upload my videos. It's called Petey. They are called Petey. And he has a hilarious TikTok channel too. I didn't know he made music. And he makes music. And it is like this. It feels like you're at a weird party in California. Mm-hmm. And there's like a local band playing in California. And it's this weird mixture of like reading someone's journal mixed with pop, mixed with rock. And it's just awesome. And I don't know. It like
Feels
makes
good.
It does. Yeah. And so some standout songs: Don't Tell the Boys, Lean Into Life, I Tried to Draw a Straight Line, and Goodnight Nurse. And it's weird how he'll go from just these hilarious songs with the really funny lyrics to then all of a sudden he'll write a song like Goodnight Nurse that is so beautiful and sad and hopeful. And yeah, it's just been like the soundtrack of our life over the last, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe. And it's just felt good. And I'm actually really excited to listen to it while we drive to Spokane because I feel like it's really good driving.
It is. I listened to it when I was delivering bread yesterday, and it was perfect.
So, Petey, if you haven't heard it, go listen. I think you'll really like it. That's my number one.
I could have guessed that.
I know.
Speaking of bread, my number one is a new book that Tyler just got me. Last night. And so I haven't even, I've started reading it, but it's, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It is by the co-founder of Tartine in San Francisco, which is like the godfather of
Which
sourdough.
would explain the dark color of that bread loaf.
Yes. Yeah, he loves really dark loaves. It's just new techniques. In fact, I tried them this morning on my loaves because these ones are going to family. So if they are terrible, then...
What was the new technique you tried? Take a drink of your drink.
I know, but that's what did it.
Oh,
it was the protein powder.
Maybe a second one.
It's more mixing in the early stage and then more gentle as you go. So we'll see how that goes, how it turns out.
Nice. There is a disgusting photograph in there, though. Mm-hmm. You should show them.
It's the sourdough starter, or levain.
It looks real gross.
In the water.
It looks like reproductive fluids.
No,
yeah.
I'm not even going to say what it looks like, but it is real gross.
It looks like if you only ate flour for a week and then had diarrhea.
Yeah, it is exactly that.
Have you done that before? Because you seem like you have like intimate knowledge.
No, but that's what it's just
It does.
gross.
It's super gross.
So his other book that I've already talked about on this is Tartine bread. And the difference in like beauty in the book is pretty stark.
Is this more like a manual?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, even the font looks different.
Yeah, and the pages are glossy.
Yeah.
Instead of in Tartine.
It does
it's
look
all
much more
matte,
like...
so I can write in it.
Oh, that's
you know?
nice.
No, the
and
other
yeah.
one.
This one looks more just like this is the nuts and bolts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good, though. I think it's
Yeah.
good to have both.
Yeah, it is. And it's fun. And I
Right
love
on. All right. My number 2. See, we are going faster. This is good for people. My number 2 is not a fun one, but it's an important one.
Okay.
It is the Project 2025 tracker. Someone has made a website that has all of the projects and plans and nonsense and nefarious deeds that Project 2025 has in its however many 900 pages of absolute slop. And this is the tracker to show which projects have been completed, which ones are in progress, which ones are whatever. And the reason why I feel like this is important is because in order to properly fight against an enemy, you have to understand the enemy and you have to know what their plan is. And so this website enables us to see all of the things that they're trying to do and all of the things they're trying to enact. And because of that, that also gives you something to target with lawsuits and with donations to people who are doing these lawsuits. And so I think it's really important to see how close we are getting to the full Project 2025. I think last time I checked, terrifyingly, in 2 weeks, they're already 35% complete with the things. And granted, tons of those are being contested and will face legal trouble and stuff. But it just shows that we have a lot of work to do. And if we want to protect what we have spent 200 years making, that we have work to do. And I think the best way to do that is to inform ourselves. You can't just kind of turn a blind eye and be like, I hope this doesn't happen. You have to know what's happening. And so Project 2025 tracker, it's sobering, but it's important. So that's my number 2.
Ew.
I know.
Thanks.
I had to, though.
Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my number 2, I might change one of mine right now.
Let's give Billy an ice cube. Oh, my nose is so itchy.
Okay, my number 2, since you went heavy, I will go
I did go
light.
heavy. Okay.
My number 2 is the book I'm reading right now.
Ooh.
And I forgot to look up the author, and that is horrible, especially since I'm married to an author.
Ah.
And it actually really is important.
Wait, we could ask. Hey, Google, who wrote My Name is Morgan?
Oh, Sophie Keach. I'm so
Sophie
sorry, Sophie
Keach.
Keach. It is so much fun, and it takes place a long time ago in a Welsh castle, and there's forbidden love, and there's magic, and there's oh man, it's so fun.
It's the perfect escape.
A perfect escape. Shit, I forgot to cover that.
It's okay.
I will have to in just a
I
moment.
know, it'll be fine.
But it is such a fun book.
You keep talking.
And I'm like halfway through, and I really don't want it to end, and I'm hoping she's gonna write
I think there's
more. Oh, I hope so. It's so fun. Anytime you're in a Welsh castle in a book, I feel like that's a good thing. Thank you.
Also, with her name, if she wasn't an author, she should have been a peach farmer, because then she could have Keach's peaches.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
That
We
would-
should tell her.
I
Maybe
know.
she should just make some peach jam or something.
Keach's peaches.
Yeah.
My Name is Morgan.
My Name is Morgan by Sophie Keach. It
Okay.
is really fun.
I'm reading a good book right now, too. It's not on my list, but I'm reading a good book.
Well, don't talk about it.
I
if it's on your
shan't.
list.
Number 3 is a party we were invited to a very long time ago, many times. We probably received 713 invitations to this party, and then we never went. And we always had an excuse. And finally, we RSVP'd, and we said, okay, we'll come. And that party is Shogun.
Oh my god.
Everybody, everywhere, every website, every person told us, you have to watch Shogun. And we're like, yeah, we will. And then we didn't. And then finally we did. And once we did, we fell madly in love. And it's a little bit slow in the first episode, so if you stop at the first episode like we did, like in the middle, because we were just like, I'm not feeling like this right now, you're missing out on absolute magic. It deserves every one of the Emmys that it won, which it broke all the records. the way it's the setting of it and the characters of it and the story of it and
listening to her speak,
yes,
I could do it for
and it's also the
forever.
way that it displays the tiny little glances and glimpses and brushes that are sparks for something bigger. Mm-hmm. It's just really gorgeous. And so I'm inviting you to the party too. If you haven't seen it yet, I strongly encourage you to watch Shogun. What I've heard is there's 2 more seasons coming.
Oh.
And I won't spoil anything, but I'm sad, but I won't spoil anything.
Oh.
But anyway, Shogun, come to the party.
And reading this, if you're intimidated by reading shows that are all in subtitles, Japanese is actually pretty easy to read because I'm trying to figure
it's
out
because in Japanese it takes a lot of words to say a little.
Yes, so you don't have to read as much.
Yeah.
It takes them longer to say it than it does for you to read it. Because sometimes with subtitles, I am a slow reader.
For sure.
And so I'm like, wait, what did they
Spanish
say?
language
Spanish
shows,
is so
they go
hard.
so fast
Yeah.
that by the time, I mean, I speak Spanish, so I can do a little better, and French does the same thing. They're so quick.
Mm-hmm. But Japanese is easier.
That was my number 3.
Perfect.
I don't know what 3 is in Japanese, or I would have said it in Japanese.
Okay, my number
Next.
3 is going to be super random, and I just added it because I decided I didn't want to talk about another recipe. But could you hand me your little envelope?
Oh, yeah.
This is super random, but I needed to make envelopes for Valentine's for Tyler and the kids, and I thought it would be really hard, but it was really easy and really fun. So maybe we'll link
It's a great envelope.
The little video in the description.
Yeah.
Because it's super fun and really easy to make.
And they turned out great.
These ones didn't turn out great because the paper is too thick.
Yeah.
But if I had the right thickness of paper,
I
it
still
would have
love
turned
it.
out better. Oh, I just broke it. So that's a really random one.
No, I like that.
But
Well, and people can use recycled paper, so they don't
you
have
could
to
use
cut as
anything.
many trees
You could
down.
use a newspaper. You could use anything. All you need is to make it into a square, and then you fold in the corners. It's like the easiest origami ever.
Cool. That's a good one.
Yeah,
And
random.
I like that you put a laser cat on the back.
Oh yeah, there needs to be a laser cat as a closing.
My phone has one of those on the back, but the cat part fell off, so I made it a skeleton cat. Okay.
Okay, that was a fast one.
That was a good one. Number 4 for me is an article that could also be called a guide. And it is called, Gilly's playing with a toy. And it is called How to See the Humanity in Anyone.
Oh.
And the reason I think this is super important is because if the first step, like Buddhism says, the first step in making an enemy no longer an enemy is to remove the ignorance. That's what this Project 2025 tracker is. But the second step, Gilly, silence yourself. The second step is to see everyone as a human being. And that's the hardest step when it comes to especially people who are just doing blatantly evil things. But this is a full guide on how to step beyond things and see everybody as a human and see the humanity in them. And you'll learn a bunch of stuff, but the main thing that this is all based on is the word dive.
Okay.
So you detach, you intend, you value, and then you embrace. And it will explain all of that. But in doing so, the reason why it's so important is it transforms you, so you aren't carrying the same level of anger or anxiety or hatred or fire. It transforms you. And when you start to transform, it takes away the power of the people that are doing the evil things. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they always say you have to be the change you want to see in the world. And I think everybody hears that and they say, yeah, that's right. But then people don't put in the work to do that.
Yeah.
And so if we can just take out some of the power and take out some of the legs of the evil that we're dealing with by making ourselves better, and it doesn't mean go high like always, because I don't think we can always do that. It just means you have to see the whole of it rather than just the top layer. Okay. And it's really important. And I think, it can be really helpful to make people not feel quite so heavy.
Oh, good.
So
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thanks.
Maybe
I mean,
should
it wasn't
take my-
envelopes, but it'll do.
It's a dough day, so
That's
I
fair.
had
That's
not
so
much
fair.
time to prepare. My next one is going to be even funnier and shorter.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay,
That's okay. Hey, there are no wrong answers.
I know, but I cannot live without this. So I figured I should
That's
share.
a good one, actually.
I don't know if you can find it anywhere but online, because I've never seen it in
Yeah.
a store.
I think I bought you like 30 on Amazon.
I know, I love it so much.
Are you almost out?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll buy
probably.
one today.
This is Burt's Bees chapstick, but it's with turmeric and eucalyptus. And for some reason, especially here where it's the most dry and cold and
The
horrible,
tundra.
it is amazing.
Maybe that's why they call it rescue balm.
Yeah, rescue balm to make your lips
When do you mostly apply this?
always, but right before bed every night. But I have one in my purse, I have one on my desk, and I have one by my bed
That's perfect.
because I love it so much.
And now in your hand.
And now in my hand to show you all, and that is that is it.
That's fine. Hey, they can't all be revolutionary.
Yeah, today I'm not
Well, but
revolutionary.
sometimes self-care is revolutionary.
It is.
So,
And the little bit of chapstick.
well, my last
goes a
one
long
is
way.
just as silly.
Your last one?
Yeah. I think you can maybe, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. My last one.
Oh, that is not silly.
Did you hear that thump? This, my friends, is one among many things that the
many pounds is
Amish
that?
people do right. To be fair, I don't know enough about Amish culture to know all the things they do right. I do know that they raise a barn faster than anyone on the planet. They do. And I mean, and they do it without crazy tools. They just raise a barn with like 100 little Amish people. It's amazing. I've seen it done on YouTube and it is stunning. But the other thing that apparently they do better than anybody else is popcorn. Okay, here's why. This popcorn is called Ladyfinger. In this little, I don't even know how many sides that is, dodecahedron, it says smallest of the hullless. And here's what that means. First of all, these little kernels, you can't
They're
tell.
so tiny.
They're about like an eighth of the size of a normal kernel. Probably not that much, but maybe like a half. And
They're like the size of a peppercorn.
yeah, they are. They're about the size of a peppercorn. And what is fascinating about that is that when it pops, there is no hull. It explodes and disintegrates. And so when you eat it, you don't get the little corn sleeves that go on your tooth and get stuck in your teeth and
your gums.
hurt. You don't get any of that. And you also don't get the crunchiness, chewiness of that where it gets stuck. All you get is this tiny little piece of popcorn. It's like you could eat it with a spoon like cereal. And it is so flavorful. And this is just such a healthy snack that nobody realizes how healthy it is. I mean, if you put just like a bunch of crap on it, then it won't be that healthy. But even when
We do.
But even when you do put butter on it, it's not that bad. And it is so good. And we love it so much that we bought a 6-pound bag on Amazon. And when you buy a 6-pound bag, the price per ounce or whatever goes down so low that it's like the cheapest way you can eat a lot of yummy food.
Yep.
Amish country, Ladyfinger popcorn. I will link it.
It's
It
so
is
good.
made in Bern, Indiana, which
That's really good.
I don't know where most Amish people live. I thought Pennsylvania,
Oh,
but that also could be the Pennsylvania Dutch, so that's maybe different.
maybe.
If any Amish people are doing, I don't know if are they like not allowed electricity?
I don't think so.
If you're breaking it or you're on your Rumspringer or whatever that, you know, the Rumspringer. If you're on your Rumspringer and you're breaking all the rules, which you're allowed to, tell us.
They decide to watch
Yeah,
this.
and they watch Signal Fire. Tell us, where are you mostly based and why are you so good at popcorn?
Oh man, it's so good.
It's so freaking good, man. So kudos to the Amish. Well done.
My
That's
last
my
one
last
kind of
one.
goes with popcorn.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a movie we watched.
Oh.
Oh man, I loved it so much, and I keep thinking about it.
Oh no.
But just a warning: you have to be ready for a good cry, which I was, and it felt good. Except then we both got headaches because we both cried.
So it didn't
hard.
really feel that good.
Oh, but it's so great. It's called We Live in Time, and it's with Andrew Garfield at his peak sweetness.
He is, dude.
And Florence Pugh at her peak, just gorgeous. I'm so in love with her.
Just
she
full
is,
femininity.
oh, she's
and
beautiful,
wonder.
and she's just amazing. It is a beautiful love story, brutal, like real.
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
It really was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was hard,
It
though.
was hard to watch and sad. And
that doesn't give anything away, because I think the trailer
oh,
shows
it does.
how...
Yeah. Yeah, because Addie watched the trailer and was
Yeah.
like, "Ugh, Mom."
It's a lot.
But I loved it, and I keep thinking about it, and it just felt good to watch.
I
So,
agree.
yeah.
We
That's
live in
it.
time.
And look at my timer's going off to stretch and fold
Holy.
right now.
All right. Well, that's it for us. We'll be back as soon as we can be back. I don't know when that'll be. But it looks like we're kind of doing once a month. Maybe sometimes we'll do more. Just depends. But we love you a lot.
Yeah.
And we hope that you're holding on and dealing with things okay. And if you're not, ring in. And we can all support one another. And this community is pretty magic for that. So
It is.
do it.
Love you all.
We love you all. And we'll see you when we see you. Later. Holy
Stretch and fold.